Hey, what's going on guys? Mush back at it with another video. Gonna highlight a formerly paid game now going free to play forever. Really essential for the developer of Blade Symphony to make this game free. The game wasn't being received all too well. Now maybe going free to play will give it a new lease on life. I don't know if that's necessarily gonna be the case, but it's a good move nonetheless. Funny story attached to this one as well. Just generally looking into Blade Symphony, I found something pretty funny about the game in regards to me, but more on that in a little bit. Also, this is making the rounds over on Reddit and a bunch of other different places. Microsoft recently released a Windows 10 update KB4482887, and Microsoft themselves are saying that some games are experiencing less performance after this update. Want to talk a little bit about that, and I want to round out the video by taking a look at the latest Epic Store exclusive. It is Operencia the Stolen Sun, a pretty interesting game. Obviously, I know the majority of you guys aren't all for Epic Game Store exclusive. In the case of this one, because it is a smaller game, because it is a self-published title, I really can't be all too mad about it. I do want to take a look at the game, and it is said to be coming to Steam at some point just later on. So more on that at the end of this video. First, let's talk about Blade Symphony, and I said there was a funny story attached to this, so you guys know how as a PC gamer, you're getting games all the time. Maybe you're buying humble bundles, maybe you're buying all the bundles available, taking advantage of all of the free games. You eventually amass a very, very large PC game library, and then I checked out, oh, Blade Symphony, I feel like I heard of this game before, and yes, I did. I believe I actually talked about this game in a video before, and I was like, oh wow, it's going free to play. Maybe it's time I check this game out because I don't have to pay for it. Lo and behold, the game is already in my library, and I don't even know how it ended up in there. I don't know if this was a case where this game was available in a bundle in the past. Maybe I got a really good deal on it, but yeah, as a PC gamer and as someone buying a lot of games, you guys know that tends to happen. You just randomly get a game here or there where it's like really, really cheap, or it's a part of a bundle, and then some news pops up about it, and then you go to check that game out, and lo and behold, it's already in your Steam library. So I thought that was a little funny. Honestly, a little bit sad in some cases that our library gets that bloated that we don't even know about the games that we own, but nonetheless, just thought that would be funny to share with you guys, and the fact that Blade Symphony is now going free to play. Here is the official Steam post. It says, after a year and a half, Blade Symphony is now free to play. We don't want to do this for lowering complexity, although it is much easier to develop for now. We didn't want to do this for money. There's only 4 items for sale. Even if we're now offloading all inventory stuff to Steam, we wanted to do this so that this game could be more accessible and have a longer life. The game deserves to be tried out even if it's approaching 5 years of age and started development in 2007. So here it is, and thanks for playing. As for the changes in this release, there's new unlockables in town. As players progress up the level change, they will either be given existing items that you may know and love or new items that we've put in the game. In total, 48 new items have been added. We've added this to encourage trading and purchasing. We hope you enjoy the new items. The post continues with a lot of other information, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below, but this is a really good move for the game because this game really needs a jolt. The game itself recently has been received pretty poorly on Steam, 28% based on 166 user reviews, and sometimes going free to play is the jolt that you need. I look at a game like Lawbreakers, and a big issue with that game, in my opinion, was the fact that it was pay to play for a while, and it just didn't resonate on that level. If Lawbreakers was free from the get-go, I do believe we'd be talking about that game differently. Sometimes games do call for being free to play, sometimes pay to play works out, but for a niche multiplayer title like this, where it is 1v1 sword fighting, 2v2, or a sandbox free-for-all, having a free to play access does work out rather well. We'll come to see if this does reinvigorate the game, but if you do go into the community hub right now, it's not like you can see how many people are playing the game. That means probably not a lot of people playing the game, so that's unfortunate, but I did just want to let you guys know about that, as the game does look pretty interesting. It does look pretty unique in the fact that it is a multiplayer swordplay based game. In that respect, it is pretty unique, and I wanted to give you guys the heads up about it because while it goes free to play for now, yes, interest will be jolted up a little bit, but if it doesn't resonate for a long time, that'll diminish again and the game will essentially die at that point, which is pretty unfortunate, but that's kind of the reality in the gaming world. Moving on from that, I do also want to quickly talk about Microsoft releasing the latest Windows 10 update, KB4482887. That was released back on March 1st, and Microsoft themselves put out this statement. Quote, after installing this update, users may notice graphics and mouse performance degradation with desktop gaming when playing certain games, for example, Destiny 2. We don't have a definitive list on what games have a hindrance of performance, but this is pretty crazy to me that Microsoft has come out directly and said that yes, this update will actually hinder gaming performance and mouse performance. I imagine that mouse performance is speaking in regards to things like input lag, but this is just so weird. In what regard does a Windows Windows 10 update lower performance in games. That's very rare for Microsoft to put out such a blunt statement like that. Kind of goes to show where their head's at. And over on the PC gaming subreddit, somebody posted a really funny comment saying 2 to 3 weeks ago, Microsoft said, we want feedback on how to make Windows better for gaming, and then now the latest update is hindering performance in certain games. I find that absolutely hilarious. I don't think Microsoft is the absolute evil in PC gaming. I actually do think they're making some good moves with Windows 10 Store and things like Game Pass, but come on, this is a little bit ironic, so let's hope they get that remedied sooner rather than later. And lastly, I have news on the latest Epic Game Store exclusive title, and that is Operencia, The Stolen Sun. Sorry if I butchered the name. This is another case where I'm not all too mad about this game being an Epic Store exclusive, and let me tell you why. This game is being created and published by Zen Studio, so it's a self-published title, and it's a game that definitely doesn't have all the funding in the world. And in that regard, if a game doesn't have a ton of funding, if it's really imperative that the game is a success and they make their money back, then hey, taking the front end money makes a lot of sense. For a smaller studio like that, where they are really going day by day and just putting out the game is a big undertaking for them, and in some regards, if the game was exclusive to Steam and they did have this finite budget to work with, hey, they might even be forced to release the game at an unfinished and undesirable state. So because they have the backing of Epic, a smaller studio like that can really use that to pay dividends and put out a better product that, even though in the short term it'll be experienced by less people because it's not on Steam and it's exclusive to the Epic Store, and hey, at the end of the day, the game does look to be coming to Steam in 2020. It'll be out sometime in 2019 on the Epic Game Store, hopefully at a better state because they do have that funding, and hopefully when it comes to Steam, it's just as good of a game and everybody enjoys it anyway. And this is a game where it is a smaller game that I don't think there was this groundswell of anticipation where people were looking to pick this game up on day one. No, this is the type of game that you pick up down the line in a sale anyway, whether it be on a Steam sale or it be during a Humble Bundle, things like that. So really, is anything lost? In the case like this, I think it's a win for all parties. For the gamer, the majority of us probably didn't have that much interest in the game anyway, and for those that did, they'll go out of their way and go to the Epic Store to play it. For the Epic Store, they get to deepen their diversity of their library, so for them, it's really good. And for the studio, hey, they get some front-end money. It gives them a little bit peace of mind in terms of finances, and that's always a big problem in the gaming world. So if you actually objectively look at this from all angles, I think it's good for everyone involved. Why I'm not happy with things like Metro Exodus is that game was already ready to be released. The finances were already poured into that game, and it was a last-minute decision, and it was a bait and switch for Steam players. That game was listed on Steam for a while. Some people have the Steam copy, but then it got removed last minute, and you were forced to go to the Epic Game Store. That was entirely a financial decision, and it wasn't like Deep Silver needed the peace of mind thinking that Metro Exodus wasn't going to be that big of a success or the finances weren't already poured into the game. No, the finances were already poured into it. The game was already looking to be a massive success on PC. It was just, in that case, it was strictly a business decision where they wanted the extra money. They wanted that front-end money, however much it was from Epic Store. And then they were probably thinking, hey, we're going to release this game in a year later and the suckers are going to buy it on Steam anyway, so it's going to be best for us anyway. So in that case, I'm not as happy about that. And I didn't actually end up buying Metro Exodus on PC, so hey, I actually did my part in that. I was complaining for so long, and for a little bit, I was like, hey, it's Metro Exodus. It's the latest game in a franchise I love. Let me go ahead and buy it, but nah, cooler heads prevailed, I thought. There's so many other games to play, so many other exciting games coming out, whether it be a Devil May Cry 5, whether it be a Sekiro. And I was like, alright, Metro can wait a little bit. But in the case of a game like Operencia, The Stolen Sun, I don't really care. I think it's best for all parties involved, and that's just my vantage point. That's gonna conclude this video, guys. Again, Blade Symphony is free right now on PC. It's free forever. Good to see them making that decision because as a pay-to-play game, I don't see it really going anywhere. Microsoft's latest update to Windows 10 actually hindered performance in some games. Destiny 2 was one specifically listed, so figure that one out. And Operencia, The Stolen Sun is going to be the next Epic Game Store exclusive. In this case, I'm not really all too bummed about it, but let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.